Hey Planner fam, it's Chloe here and I'm going to try and do a quick flip through of my Moterm A5 planner. Now this is a Luxe 2.0 in the Pebble Dusty Rose, and I've been in this planner for about nearly 3 months now. I had a short break whilst I was doing a couple of short trips here and there, and I needed just a smaller planner, so I moved into my Filofax Compact, which was a personal size. Really loved that little planner, but because of family life and the things that I want to track and the projects that I want to plan, A5 really is my jam. Now I've been using the same setup for the past couple of months, and I'm just beginning to notice that there are things that just aren't working and I need to change them up. So yeah, the front of my planner hasn't changed from the last time I did a flip. I like to keep things fairly basic and neutral. The only thing that's not really working for me here are my task cards. I'm not sure that having them in a pocket is working for me because I'm just not referring to them, or maybe I'm just not utilizing them in a way that means I want to refer to them. So that's definitely one thing I need to rethink or maybe reposition. I've got some sticker sheets up the front, just a little selection here. The Moterm Luxe 2.0 doesn't have card slots on the fly leaf, it just has a slanted pocket, so that's quite handy for keeping these larger sticker sheets in there. And I like that because it's on this side, it's not too messy when you initially open up your planner. Now this front bit here, maybe it's because I've got the sticker sheets here and that just makes it look a bit messy, or maybe it's that the colours I've picked for this jar with the dusty rose, but I'm probably going to change my title page and do something different. I created these myself. I'm pretty sure I did this in Illustrator with some elements that I bought from Creative Market, and at the time I was thinking, oh, something tropical, something fun, but now I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure I'm loving it anymore. Now the next part of my planner goes into my schedule, and I've got yearly, monthly, weekly. I don't do daily planning just because I kept telling myself that I don't really have enough going on in my days, but actually I'm thinking daily planning might be good to give me a bit more structure, so I'm actually achieving what I need to achieve every day. But we'll see. I'm toying with that, or maybe having some sort of block schedule format that I can use. I don't know. That I'm not really thinking about at the moment. What I really need to focus on is sorting out my planner sections. Oh my gosh, like I have struggled with these planner sections for the longest time. I remember when I moved in here, I sat down and I brainstormed, what sorts of sections should I have. I got these clear page dividers from a UK shop called Sort Stuff Out. I went with 5 because I'm like, would 6 be too many? Let's start with 5. I can always get the 6 tabbed dividers later on if I find that it's not working. But I don't even think 6 tab dividers would fix my problems, because I'm just, these sections have just been a real pain in the butt. I tried to have an inbox section, that didn't work. Originally I had projects, family, and my schedule stuff, and I really liked how basic that was. And then I thought, let me add tracking and inbox, and separate weekly out, and it's just become a bit of a hot mess. So I think I am going to ditch the 5 side tab dividers, and I've seen some top tab dividers by Plan by Stowe, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go for that and divide my planner up. Now this is based on being in this setup for the past couple of months. I think the best way for me to set up my sections is to have my schedule first. So I love having my calendar insert up front. my quarterly where I can see what's going on. I love my monthly setup, although again, the first 6 months I was testing out a month on 4 pages. So it had a title page, calendar overview, some journaling prompts, and then a running list of the schedule for the month, and then a review on the back, followed by another title page. So it was taking up a lot of space. So on the next round, I decided to just go to a month on 2 pages. So it goes from August straight into September, straight into October. So I am really loving this setup. I like how compact it is. I'm going to keep this setup for my monthlies. And then my weeklies, I'm not going to have a separate section highlighting weeklies. I think I'm just going to pop the weeklies in behind my monthlies and use my this week page marker just so I can get to my week easily. And again, I think I went from originally, I'm pretty sure I had a week on 4 pages, and I've made this a lot more compact. So I have a week on 2 pages now with my weekly menu planning, daily gratitude, space for notes. I've got a little mini calendar so I can check any future dates, as well as a schedule, like a timed schedule in one column, and then a to-do checklist column on the other side. So I really like this layout, how I've got it set up. This has really been working for me, and I'm going to stick with that. But one thing I have been trying out for the past few weeks is having a plan and review insert. So at the end of the week, I like to review my week, but I review it based on what was my plan for the week. And this has really been helping me to sort of focus at the beginning of the week. What's my motivation for the week? What's my intention for the week? What are my top 3 priorities? What's a goal to achieve and why? And then I've got a column for people I need to call, message or email, a column for things that I need to buy, return or waiting for. I've added waiting for because I've had happy mail that I want to check does arrive. And then I've got my to-do / errands column. Errands column as well. So that has been really working for me, and I love that at the end of the week, before I start planning my next week, I can do a review based on what were my wins. Did I actually achieve my goal? What do I need to revisit? Did I do all of my top 3 priorities, or do I need to come back? Did I get through all of my errands? Did I call the people that I needed to call? What did I learn? So if I had a motivational or an intention that I set, what did I learn from that when I was actually trying to put that into practice? And then gratitude, so important to me, always being thankful. So yes, I love this whole setup. So I'm thinking that this, rather than having an inbox, because an inbox like this section was a total fail. So I think rather than the inbox, I'm going to pursue the plan review format. Although I do think I need, in my inbox, I did put a list, which I haven't even used. But I do think this may be useful in terms of just having a running order of things. So when I'm planning the week, I can look to that. It may be doubling up on information, I'm not sure, but I'm going to test that out because I think it could be useful. So you're going to have to excuse me. I am just getting over a cold and I am so congested in my nose at the moment. You may even hear it in my voice. It's a bit croaky from just post-nasal drip, guys. The struggle is real. So, section-wise, schedule, 4 tabs across the top, schedule tab, next tab, hold on, I wrote it down, I got my journal here, I wrote it out in my journal, schedule tab, wellness tab, and in my wellness tab, that is where I am going to put my trackers, because again, this was a whole nother thing. I've got my cycles tracker. I really love this tracker, but it just became a dog's dinner because I was trying to track symptoms and mood and energy levels and ugh. So I'm going to reprint this out, recolor code in my menstrual phases, and just use the key for, okay, red is for my menstruation phase, the peachy color is for the follicular phase, this greeny color will be for my ovulation phase, and then this purpley violet-y bluish color will be the luteal phase. And I will just keep those highlighted in there, and that will be a lot clearer, as well as jotting down any other little notes that I need to on this side. So this I don't need to reprint, I can just keep this. I just need to reprint this page because I made such a mess of it. And then for moods, I've been testing out a bunch of different things. So first I tried doing, well, I've switched to a tracker, which I really love. But the first struggle was, okay, how do I cross off things? Do I fill the entire box in? Do I do dashes? Do I do dots? And like, that was a bit of a mess for me. And then I had a separate tracker for my water intake, which was using a line chart, and then a separate tracker for my mood using a line chart, and it was just all over the place. However, I did really like having a separate place for tracking mood and headaches and whatnot, so that is going to stay. Yeah, like again, look at this was for June and it's just looking a bit messy. That one was mood tracker, but for the habit tracker for June, I really like how this looks. So I'm like, okay, let's carry this forward and let's just have one big tracker. So I printed out a test. First I tested out, okay, am I going to be able to fit everything that I want to track on this 20 row tracker? Yes, I can. Now let me plan it out. And then this was the one that I was meant to use for real, but I was testing out, okay, how am I actually going to track things? So I've tested out a few different ways of tracking it, and I've come up with a way that I think is going to look neatest, which is just using dashes to highlight when I've actually done something, and then the line tracker using dots and a ruler for tracking my mood. I tested out a few different things here, but I'm not really loving that, so I will just stick with the dashes. And yeah, I had to reprint it out, but this time I printed it out on thicker paper because my Tombow and even my mild liners were bleeding through. And top tip, guys, put a little clear sellotape over your Tombow number because they rub off. Like, I've been investing in Tombows. I've got like 3 Tombows here, which the colours are so close. I think I would struggle, if the numbers have rubbed off, I would struggle to figure out, okay, what was that colour? So I've decided to just pop a little bit of sellotape over the numbers just to help to preserve them whilst I have them. So I don't know, maybe someone else has already come up with that top tip. If they have, kudos to you, but this was something I just thought up myself, but it's obviously not going to be an original idea. I'm sure I am not the first person that thought, well, let me just whack some clear tape over that to preserve it. So yeah, so my sections, where did I get to? Schedule, wellness, household and business. So in my business section is where I'm going to have my projects, which at the moment my projects is kind of like a hodgepodge of all different things. But I recently created this 52-week plan insert, and I was going to use it for my word of the week. But when I started filling it in, I'm like, well, actually, a lot of this is repetitive other than the word of the week. And I'm also on a PR team for another Etsy shop who does gorgeous mini icon stickers. as well as a whole bunch of other things like my blog posts, my YouTube videos. So now I'm thinking, rather than this be just for my word for the week plans, because a lot of the information is going to be repetitive, I will actually use this for planning out the word of the week, what I'm going to post for my PR posts, the topic for my blog post, the topic for my YouTube video, and I'm going to use this insert in that way so I'm not repeating redundant information. And then with the checklist of things that I need to do for blog post writing or word of the week or the PR stuff, I will use my separate project planning insert where I can list out any skills, materials or services that I'm going to need to complete that, as well as the steps. So here is where I can have my checkbox of, have I created a Pinterest pin for my word of the week, and so on and so forth. And then I can just use it as a reference thing rather than actually checking it off on this sheet. It will just be a like a trigger list / reference sheet. I hope that is making sense. Anyway, I think that is enough for now of my section fail. This really has been a video about my section fails. So I will do another one once I've ordered in those new top tabs. I'm hoping that's going to be the right thing to do. Again, I am not going to label them up. I'm probably going to have a gorgeous contents page and just maybe highlight it with the words here. And the reason that I'm going to go for top, or they could go on the bottom, but I want to have my this week flag at the bottom. So I want to have the this week flag at the bottom. I've got my monthlies on the side. So this is why I'm going to go for 4 tabs across the top. So I'm sort of utilising as much of this space as I can, because another section fail was, although I really love my little monthly tabs on the side, I've already got 2 layers, so I have to flip through the 2 layers before I can then get to my actual section dividers underneath. So yeah. Okay, that was a whole vibe, guys. If you've made it through to the end, thank you so much for watching. I am going to go and place some orders, and I will report back. Until next time, guys, bye for now. Bye, 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 bye.